It's the book of Revelations, the 13th chapter, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. I'd like to start off by giving all praises, honor, glory, and worship to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Racha Kodash. Of course, double honors to the elders and the apostles that do well overseeing the tabernacle of David, which are the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Greetings and salutations to you, Akim, Watazadakim, pushing the word in truth and sincerity, to the righteous, hopeful elect. This is Yaikwab, out of the command of Great Millstone Atlanta Church, with a lesson to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, whom are the Israelites of the Holy Bible and God's chosen people. We've come to an hour of changing of ions or transitioning of worlds being governments, rulership. Right now, we are currently residing in the very last moments, the end of the rulership of the Edomites, which are the self-proclaimed white race. And this being the end, as it is written, for Satan hath come down upon you with great wrath, because he knoweth his time is short. This being the end, there be draconian measures taken by the dragon in order to bring forth longevity and perpetuity to his enterprise, which is the New World Order and the extermination of the Israelites. All right, and a big part of this agenda is found in Revelations, the 13th chapter, in which I just read, which is the mark of the beast. All right, the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. All right, the RFID implant, microchip. All right, so I'm going to start up a couple of verses for understanding and edification, and I'm going to break it down through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So this is the book of Revelations, chapter 13. I started at verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. All right, and who is he? He is talking about Esau. All right, Esau, Edom, which are truly and honestly are the elites of Esau, dealing with the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Vanderbilts, Bill Gates, these different elite figures of the nation of Edom. All right, most prominently the Rothschilds. All right, so it says, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. And when you go into that word image, if I'm not mistaken, is icon. All right, the term image in the Greek is icon, all right, which basically goes into his social infrastructure, his system. All right, his system. All right, so the system that we're living in is the revival of the Roman Empire. Okay, so as far as his democracy, quote unquote democracy, all right, because we know the people don't rule; it's a facade. It's not rulership of the people, but the whole idea and the infrastructure that keeps this system afloat and what embodies this system. So the as they call it, the republic, as Rome was a republic, the plebeians and the patricians, which are the Democrats and the Republicans. All right. Homosexuality being pushed. The different idols, idolatry being pushed on the mass scale. Dealing with the paganism of the ancient Roman Empire that's being revived through America and the EU, which essentially is NATO. All right. America being the head of the beast, or may I say, the whore that sitteth upon the beast, to be exact scripturally. All right. So it says, I'm going to continue to read. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, all right, which is reviving the Roman Empire through his legislation, through his laws, through his social structure, through his religions, all right. And that the image of, because even when you're dealing with Christianity is nothing but Roman paganism wrapped up with the term Jesus Christ and cloaked with the Bible. When you go into Easter, which is the worship of Astarte or Nana or Semiramis, as she is called, which was Nimrod's mother. All right, she was a fertility goddess that the Romans worshiped, which is a god from ancient Babylon. Christmas, which is the worship of Nimrod, and so on and so forth. So it's the same system, the same exact system. All right. So it says that the image of the that the image of the beast should both speak. And how does it speak? It speaks through the American social media, all right, the European quote unquote social media, their propaganda, their sphere of influence. All right. Also dealing with its speaking is going into action. All right. So its military might, its capability to overthrow governments, its capability to change legislation and basically compose the fabric of how other people maintain themselves on other parts of the earth, to create tributaries. That's the beast speaking. All right. It says, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. An example of that is Muammar Gaddafi, who refused to submit himself and his country to the image of the beast. Saddam Hussein was killed likewise for the same matter. All right. And also going into a lower level, as far as people, people in general that come up against this society, and the social structure of the society are condemned, all right, and a lot of times assassinated. I'll continue. This is verse 16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. All right, and one thing that you don't see in here is middle class. Why? Because the way these elites, these Edomites, are destroying the world economic platform, is basically wiping out the middle class, and it's going to leave you with a feudal system of peasants and elites. So you people who are, went to college and, you've been saving up to, you think you're about to come up on the level, you've been sadly mistaken, man. This economic collapse will not return. America will not be the same after this shutdown. All right. And when they do, open back up, quote unquote, it will be with different draconian measures, uh, where the people will be a lot more reliant on the government, not have nowhere near as much liberty and freedom, and also there will be a RFID microchip established as policy, you know, and that's also going into, as the verse above said, who does not worship the image of the beast. A form of worshiping the image. Now, worshiping the image is basically uh, abiding by the social structure of the beast, which is dealing with America and the European nations, which those premier European nations of the founding EU, or the European Economic Community. But it's also going to a form of worship is taking that mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. And they're going to bring forth legislation that if you don't take it, then you're going to be in straits, and you're not going to be able to, well, we're going to get into that, but also a lot of people are going to be put to death for not taking it, you know? So this is verse 16 saying, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, which is an actual, the mark is dealing with an actual device that will be injected via incision into your body. All right, let's go to that word mark. And when you go into that word mark, is what? In the Greek, is charagma. All right, charagma meaning a stamp, an imprinted mark, all right, of idolatrous images. All right, going into, it says, thing carved, sculpture, graven work. All right, so when you go into the root word of that word charagma, you get the word charax, which means a pale or stake, a palisade. All right, and those who are willing, you do your due diligence and you look up a pale or stake or a palisade, and it's basically dealing with how it's like the device that's used to inject the chip within the body. It's basically like a palisade, all right, which essentially it injects the chip, all right, the microchip in the body of the human being, you know. All right. Matter of fact, let me see here. I don't want to make this too long, but we definitely want to go into these things and really get understanding. All right. So basically, when you're dealing with a palisade, it's something that is plunged into the soil. All right. All right. So the definition is a fence of pales forming a defense barrier or fortification. All right. And that term pales, all right, when you go into that, like I said, I don't want to get too detailed into it, but a pale, all right, is basically let me see if I can get the actual definition. All right. All right, so it says one of the stakes of a palisade. All right, so it's like a stake. All right, something that is actually physically stuck into something. All right. Okay, so now when we go back into go back into the scriptures. All right. We can go into, let me see. All right. So we go back to the scriptures. We go into verse 17. It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast. And that's what it's going to come to. You're not going to be able to buy, because this society is becoming a cashless society. You can see that today a lot of places they're using this coronavirus as a cloak to implement these measures. All right. So it's a lot of places you can't even use cash anymore, you know. And ultimately, what they're doing is a controlled economic collapse. They're bringing it to a situation where they're just going to do away with the American fiat currency due to hyperinflation. And it's going to lead to the money being worthless. And the only way you're going to be able to interact in the society and basically eat to a certain extent is if you have that chip. All right. Now, we know that the elect are not going to receive the chip, and the elect are going to eat and be sufficient regardless. Okay, some are going to have to die. Of course, we're going to have to struggle for a certain measure of time and be tried. But at the end of the day, the Lord is going to deliver us. Now, if you get that chip, you're not going to be delivered, man. All right, you're going to be destroyed. All right, it says the name of the beast, it says, save he that had the mark, which is the RFID microchip, or the name of the beast. All right, and the name of the beast is essentially going into basically abiding by his social structure. All right, it says, or the number of his name. All right. Okay, and the number of his name is being one of the number of people that is in his that's basically in his grasp. All right. Okay, because as it's written, it says, for the number, as it's written, verse 18 says, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast. All right, and the number of the beast is dealing with basically, essentially, to break it down as it is a UPC or a barcode. Now, it's not an actual barcode, it's computerized, but dealing with the lining and the measurements of the linings of the UPC barcode, all right, universal product code, it's 666. All right. Now, when you also go into the Greek terminology of 666, 603 score and 6 is chai xi stigma. All right, which basically chai meaning foundation, which is the foundation of their enterprise is going to be dealing with this microchip. Xi meaning a surgical knife, and then stigma meaning to cut. All right, and so the proof is in the pudding, man. All right, but as I said before, if you do receive this mark, you're going to be destroyed, man. So it's not an option. You cannot take that mark. All right. But the thing is, I heard certain people say, I'm not taking the mark. Well, how do you know? Where are you going to get the strength to not take the mark? Because as it is written, let's go to it. Because this is the hour of temptation. It says no man may buy or sell. There's not going to be a situation you just say, oh, fuck it, I'm not going to take the mark. You're going to be tried. You're going to be put under persecution. Your life and your family life is going to be at jeopardy for not taking the mark. So this is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, which is the testimony, keeping the commandments, keeping the faith, doing the work. That's keeping the word of the Lord's patience, because we had to do this under tediously over time, where it seemed as if, our passions would not be realized, and we were mocked, we were scoffed at, while everybody else was living comfortably and doing as they pleased. All right, we had to be patient, as Noah had to be patient with building the ark. It says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. So the Lord is the one that keeps and prevents you from taking the chip, not your own self, man. All right. That's the Lord that puts a spirit upon you. All right. What are you going to do if you're in the torture chamber being tortured and starved to death by Esau? It's only the Lord can give you the spirit to refuse that, man. All right. Not your own self. All right. Well, scripture says, woe to you that make of flesh thine arm. You know, put your trust in your flesh. The scripture says it's the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. All right. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. All right. So your flesh is not you. Your personal means and go abouts is not going to deliver you, man. Talking about I'm not going to take the chip. Nigga, you probably are. How about this? You are going to take the chip because you didn't keep the word of the Lord's patience. How about that? You don't got no say so in this thing, man. That's why we say, Lord willing, we don't take the chip, man. See how about Shimei Shah that is going to give us the strength to do what's necessary to receive that everlasting life, man. It says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which is the mark of the beast. It says, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. All right. And that's going to try every soul, man. All right. Really, more so dealing with the Israelites, but it's going to come upon all of the earth. Verse 12, it says, verse 11, it says, behold, I come quickly. So what is that saying? When that mark of the beast is implemented, the Lord is about to come quickly after that. All right, that's why we've been seeing all these UFO, quote unquote UFO, the chariot sightings all over the earth, especially in these last couple of weeks. We've been seeing them everywhere. There's been so many videos popping up of them doing different drills and in the air and just doing all type of magnificent signs. All right, that's why the scripture says, look up for your salvation draweth nigh. Me personally, I just saw one, I believe, like 3 days ago above my house, So that's the signs of the time that the Lord is about to return. It says, behold, I come quickly. Hold fast which thou hast, which is your faith, your integrity. All right, it says, that no man take thy crown. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, which is at New Jerusalem, man. It says, and he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of my God and the name of the city of my God. All right. And the name of his God is who? Yahweh. And the name of the city of God is Jerusalem. All right. So it says, which is New Jerusalem. All right. In Jerusalem, Yashar Shalom. All right. In the Hebrew, which is teaching of peace. Because we're going to be in everlasting peace. That's why we always say shalom or shalom, meaning peace, because that's what we seek. But we only can receive that peace when the wicked is taken out and the righteous are established, which is Yahweh Shai and his man, the Israelites. All right. It says, which cometh down out of heaven from my power, from my God, and I will write upon him my new name. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. All right. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. All right, to you sincere laborers, keep enduring, keep fighting. Don't compromise, man. And Lord, he said, I come quickly, man. So as soon as this chip is implemented, Yahweh Shai is going to be coming. Woo! Let's get it, man. Any minute, man. Yahweh Shai is about to come and return and deliver us. Kingdom of heaven, everlasting life. Oh, man, this is beautiful. Keep going, Akim. Keep pushing. I'm gonna start. Close off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shimei Shai, by Shimon Kakadash. Shalom and keep the faith.